Who are you?
My name is Bond.
I am Groot!
Hello! My name is Inigo Montoya.
I am Steve Rogers.
Spartans!
Damn it, what do you want?
Wanna play psycho killer?
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
E.T. Home phone.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Phil Better Show, hosted by the Podcast Mogul, Phil Better, and of course, always joined by the man who always home phones himself, Mr. Aaron Talk Films. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's my buddy, the pop culture fandom king. I have to come up with a better title. I keep trying to come up with a good title.
You change it every week. I heard your brain saying mogul. I heard you going with pop culture mogul, and then you was thinking he can't take my title.
Yeah,
so,
I can't give you the mogul. Yeah, you haven't earned that.
Yeah, I'm on that pedestal. But yeah, we need to think of a nickname for me. I mean, like I say, you kind of put me on this pedestal every week, making out that I'm some kind of absolute genius when I'm
well,
not.
If you check out your YouTube channel, which is Aaron Talks Film on
nice
YouTube,
plug, good,
right? Smooth, very
like
smooth, right?
Yeah.
Where you do trailer reactions, you do quizzes, you do reviews, you give us the news on your podcast, Aaron Talks Films, the podcast, which is an amazing thing, produced by Phil Better Inc. Look at that, we got like 18 plugs in one. I love it. We're so smooth. We're professionals.
You're so good at this.
Right, guys, if you're already listening to this is a show where we just discuss movies, and just talk around the pop culture world. We focus on movies in the 90s, the millennial movies, if you will, if you want to call it that, because that's what we grew up with, millennial films. We also have a Patreon that we're launching, that is the 90s retro millennial cartoons, so cartoons specifically that millennials grew up in the 90s with. So we're going to be talking about that, so you guys pay attention for that. If you're listening in the future, there's probably going to be links, maybe not, I don't know. Depends on how busy I am, because I do run other podcasts. But anyways, those are the plugs for now. I am Phil Better, the Podcast Mogul. I love movies. I started this show because I wanted to talk movies with my friends. I'm doing a review. I don't know why, because I'm preparing for the event that we're doing, the Indie Pod event. By the time you hear this, unfortunately, it's going to be already played, but you can catch the replay always. Just jump over to my DMs on Instagram or on Facebook and just message me, and I'll be more than happy to give you the link to watch that and all that. But yeah, so we love movies. We're both podcasters. We've met because we were part of a group like 6 years ago, and we've just been friends ever since. It's been 6 years we've been friends, buddy.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's like, it feels like it, at least, because I've been doing this show about 6 years.
Yeah, it must be, because I can't remember jumping into that kind of podcast.
Yeah, Podmates, the Podmates.
That kind of realm where you make all these different friends, and we've made some great friends along the way. But this one's just really stuck.
Yeah.
It's like a bad rash, you know, a kind of rash that you just can't get rid of. But over time, you just kind of get used to it. It's like that, our friendship. It's just, you know, it's there because
as I scratch myself here, like
yeah, I feel really itchy now. No, honestly, like it's amazing, like the fact that I found you, and like this best friend that I've made.
That we've never met on top of it. Like, we were supposed to meet. I was in London in 2019. We were supposed to meet then, but unfortunately, family things, I believe, you couldn't come out. Whatever. Not the end of the world. It's probably better that you didn't meet me. I wasn't the greatest person there. And then I went up to Leeds, met a whole bunch of our other friends who coincidentally, there we go, had never met before. 90% of them had never met each other before. Because I'm Canadian.
I remember seeing the photos and stuff, and I was very jealous. But like you say, I couldn't make it because I have a family and no money. So
yeah, but I'm planning on doing another one. I'm planning on coming back and doing it again because I want to see everybody, because they're all so fucking awesome over there. So, I wish I could name them all, but there was Dinosaur Man podcast, the Dinosaur Man podcast. I can't remember the host because it's been a while. Then you had Alex Waite, who's an amazing artist. You had my boy Roy Spence from Doc Hair Presents.
Yes.
You had Harry Chappell, who's been on the show before. Many of these the guys I've said have been on the show in previous episodes when I was having guests when Al couldn't come on that. And of course, DJ Overflow, the greatest co-host ever, and Aaron is the second greatest. Unfortunately, Aaron, you'll never be the greatest because
that's
it's
rude.
DJ Overflow. I'm being honest.
I get it. I totally get it. I mean, I think the first thing I said when I came onto your show with Al, because I think I guested on your show a couple of times, but Al wasn't there. So I only really met him recently, just a few months ago. And I kind of joined the show as, the news guy. And then Al couldn't do it anymore. So I kind of usurped him and kicked him out.
You came in, you poisoned the wine in essence.
Yeah, no, but pretty much the first thing I said when I started speaking to him was like, I was such a big fan of your guys' show. And it was just such an honor to sort of come on and be part of that, and it was just great to kind of meet him for the first time, but unfortunately he couldn't do it as often as we do.
He's blowing up when he's a DJ. He's going up. He's gotten gigs. We had the scheduling problem as well because his gigs were playing when we were recording. But Aaron, you've been an amazing co-host. Like you're knowledgeable in so much that I don't. I fail on so many levels in my knowledge because I'm now focusing more on the podcasting, growing podcasting, and that's my other shows. So this is for me. It's a fun time that I can talk with a guy who's so deep ingrained into the pulp culture, and we have such similar likes. So that's one reason I kept the friendship around, because you're so knowledgeable and you share so much on your social medias about all the different things coming from different things.
I'm that guy that's kind of like the counter to Google, where people, instead of doing the natural thing where they will Google something, they will either message me or talk to me. When I used to work, I'd have people coming up to me saying, so this movie that's coming out, this TV show, what's happening with that? And I'm like, Google's there. They're like, but it's more interesting.
You can tell us quicker and more entertainingly, and that's what your podcast is. You're giving facts, like, so this person's showing up in this movie, and then you give us your opinion on why you think it's going to be good. You're not saying it's good or not. You're like, this is what I think about it, and you're giving your frank, honest thing. You're not sucking up to anybody. You're not, trying to be something you're not. You're being your authentic self, and that's what really brings people to you, because it's fantastic, because it's like, if there's a lot of other news podcasts out there and they're great. Like we kind of met because of one called The Weekly Planet by Mr. Sunday Movies and Meso, amazing podcast, and like inspirations for me, kind of an inspiration for this show.
Yeah,
but also
they are my main inspiration for starting this whole thing. It was those guys, and you can carry on saying they're great.
Yeah, no, they're just they're amazing, and I don't have enough time to always listen to their show because I'm listening to other podcasts about podcasting and business. So it's kind of like, but when I have to edit your show, it's like, cool, I have 15-20 minutes of just the essential stuff that my buddy, who has the same taste as me, he thinks these are relevant news items. Even though they could be a bit older or not, I'm getting my weekly dose. And so it's great. It's just similar to how I'm Lloyd is teaching me, and he's a mentor of mine, because I get to connect to Lloyd, who's an amazing entrepreneur and investor, and I'm editing his podcast, so I have to listen to it. So I'm listening to this I have a 4-hour class once a month, listening to these episodes before everybody else gets them.
Yeah.
And then I release them out, and so like I'm already like I'm light years ahead of everybody, because I've already listened to the month worth of episodes as you're getting it, and you're waiting for it, and it's a month ahead, and then you're waiting for it. I'm already done it, and I'm getting the next episode. I'm working with him personally, asking him questions. So like, it's insane, and I can't like, having you on the show is a blessing. Like, yes, we started off as friends, and then we became business associates, because you're a part of the show. You're going to get revenue when we get revenue, and I'm producing your podcast, so like it's a very beneficial friendship.
Yes.
And I'm putting all my work behind to get you as big as you are, because it's going to benefit me on this show, having you on this show as the expert. when your podcast reaches like number one as the British's number one, pop culture expert podcast in Britain, or in whatever town you are. You're like outside Britain, right? I don't know. Anyways, we're supposed to be talking.
I know we're 10 minutes in and we've not even mentioned what movie we're talking about. But yeah, I'm in Britain. Yes, yes.
He could be King Arthur. I don't know. We are talking. If you didn't get it by the title that's over here or listening when you read it, it's the Santa Claus with Tim Allen. Oh my God, that was amazing!
I've been practicing that for about 2 hours. Yeah, no, it's one of the few impressions that I can do. So.
Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just blown away here. That is amazing. Okay, yes, Tim Allen.
Yeah, just quickly, he did it once in this movie because we all remember it from Home Improvement that he did the grunts, and he did it once in this movie, so I was on board. It was good times.
But yes, a little bit about it. It came out in 1994. It's 97 minutes long. It's when a man inadvertently makes Santa fall off the roof on Christmas Eve. He finds himself magically recruited to take his place. Directed by John Pasquin, written by Leo Bonvenetuni and Steve Rudnick. Tim Allen, Judge Reinhardt, and Wendy Crewson are the main people. Oh my God, it's so much fun. It's like we're recording this. I don't care. It's December 1st, and we watch a Christmas movie, and it's allowed.
Yes. Yeah, no. When you said that we was doing this movie, I was like, oh man. I've never seen it before. I know of it. I've seen pieces of it, and I know the concept. I know what happens. I've seen so many clips from it. It's almost as if I had already seen the movie. So
it's so different.
Yeah, I watched it, and I was a bit like, oh man, I don't really want to get into this, but I actually found myself enjoying it. Like it's not the greatest movie I've ever watched, but by a long stretch. There's some serious problems with it, but I mean, I'll get.
It's a film of its time. It's a film of its time.
Yes, it's very 94, isn't it? But yeah, it's fun, it's silly, and it's what you expect from a 90s children's movie based around Christmas. It's what you expect and it's what you get. And obviously watching it for the first time as an older man, I couldn't really get into the kind of spirit of it, if that makes sense. I enjoyed it, but the whole time I was just like, oh, this is just awful, but in a good fun way.
Yeah, the joke. It's like your dad telling a joke.
Yeah, it's awful. It's an awful film, but it's done just right.
Like you can see the heart, like that you can see what you were trying to do, and you're like, okay, I can understand. This is cute. They're taking a corporate look on Santa Claus. This guy who's this horrible human being, that is Tim Allen. He ends up killing Santa Claus, and he has to pretty much it's him trying to find the spirit of Christmas, and then figuring
I mean, you say he's an awful guy. I mean, they don't really go much into his story beforehand. It's your typical story of, a businessman dad who's not around enough, so him and the mum are divorcing. We've seen that so many times, it's cut and paste.
Yeah, but like at the time, it was relatively new.
Yeah,
that's what you have to remember. That stereotype has been played out so much because we've been grown up with those things. But at the time, it was brand new.
Yeah, I suppose, but yeah, because I've seen it so many times, that's all I could really focus on for the first sort of 15 minutes of the movie, because again, they don't get you kind of get hints that he wasn't around a lot, but he seems to be around a lot. Like his job that he's so obsessed with, you only see him in that job maybe once. And it's they're trying to focus on him being a bad, neglectful dad, but he's not. Like literally from the start of this movie, he's with his kid like all the time, and he's not even with his mum anymore. And she's moved on and kind of started a new relationship. But yeah, it's weird. You don't really get enough backstory because he didn't really seem like that bad of a dad, and he even kind of got on with the mum. There wasn't even a kind of conflict there. So I think again, it's for kids, and I get that, and they kind of have to just sweep that under the carpet. But kids' movies do kind of delve into that a bit more. So why?
Yeah, because at the time they were treating kids as like nincompoops.
Yeah.
And now we know that their kids are fucking smarter because they have access to so much more knowledge, and movies teach us. So here, I'm going to give you this as someone anonymously wrote the plot summary of this. Divorcee Scott Calvin, played by the amazing Tim Allen, or horrible Tim Allen, depending on how you view him, is disgusted to learn that his ex and her husband have tried and failed to break it easy to their 6-year-old son Charlie that Santa isn't real. On Christmas Eve, Scott reads The Night Before Christmas, then receives an unexpected visitor on his roof. When he's startled by Scott calling out, when the stranger is startled by Scott calling out and falls, the Santa impersonator disappears, leaving only an 8-reindeer sled and a suit with instructions to put it on if he's involved in an accident. Scott does, and is transported around the town, dropping gifts through chimneys until he's taken to the North Pole and informed by a group who claimed they're elves that he is now Santa. Charlie is proud of his dad's new job, though Scott convinced it's a dream. Until his hair turns white, his bearer refuses to shave, he gains weight unexpectedly, and for the sudden love of junk food, now he accepted it. There's only one problem: how to keep his secret from a disbelieving family. Coming this summer, this Christmas, The Santa Claus, starring Tim Allen.
A few problems in the little plot summary that you just threw up there.
Yeah.
The main one being he inadvertently kills Santa.
Yeah. It's not an impersonator. He kills Santa.
Yeah, sorry, kids, but Santa was on his. It feels weird saying Santa as well because I'm British and we say Father Christmas. So
yes.
when we say Santa, it sounds quite weird. But yeah, he kills Santa by accident.
No, say Father Christmas. I'll say Santa. You say Father Christmas, and we'll cover both bars.
No, I'm on Santa now because it's kind of wired into my brain. But yes, Santa falls off the roof, a place where he will spend 90% of this night. He falls off the roof and just kind of dies instantly. A person that's magical should not die that easily from falling off of a roof. If it's that easy to fall off of a roof and die from it, there should be some kind of magic surrounding that to stop this happening, because the elves are so blasé about it. They're like, oh yeah, he's dead, you're Santa now. Like there's no like, oh no, he's dead, what are we gonna do? It's just like, yeah, fuck him, he's gone, you're Santa.
Here's what I think. I think way back when this is kind of going into the metaverse of this movie and how this kind of works. The suit is Santa Claus, and whoever wears the suit becomes Santa Claus.
Yeah, so but if you
hold on, let me finish. I like to talk.
Sorry.
Let me talk. Jesus, it's my show. I'm allowed to talk. Remember that. Whose name's on the title card? Mine. That's my narcissism popping out. I apologize. You're great. You're allowed to talk. Here's the deal. The suit is magic. The first Santa Claus was a magic being. He imbued his being, if you will, into the suit. So it's magic. So anybody who wears the suit becomes Santa Claus, the image of Santa Claus. The elves know this, and the elves, the elves maybe live forever, and the Santa Clauses don't. He's a human lifespan, right? Maybe it was fucking Merlin. Who fucking knows? But so the guy who was Santa could have been like 95 years old, but he looks like regular Santa, has the energy of regular Santa because the suit gives that magic, but he still gets startled, and the suit doesn't protect you because it knows when someone puts on the suit, they become Santa Claus. So the suit doesn't worry about, the suit just passes to human until that human passes away or has an accident, and then the contract is fulfilled when they put the suit on. And the elves are so used to this because they probably have seen 15,000 Santas because humans are the dumbest creatures alive. Okay, so the elves are like, oh, Christ, we have to train another one. Gary, get me Gary. Gary, where are you? You know?
Gary just comes out with a cigarette hanging out of his mouth and whiskey in his hand. What?
He's like 8 days stubble on, you know? He's like, fuck, not another one. How did the other one die? Fell off the roof. He's like you. He's like, how do you fall off? He lives on the roof.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you? Who's the helper elf is named?
Judy. Oh, Bernard.
Yeah,
I love that guy. It's what's his name? David Krumholtz.
Krumholtz. Yeah. Bernard is like. Bernard comes in. He's like he's just, he's muttering under his breath, going, why do I have to deal with these humans? Why can't we be an elf? Like, why can't an elf just be Santa?
He's very much just like you read the card, deal with it, just go away.
Like,
and he's very.
I actually have to run shit here. Just fuck off.
Yeah, but it still goes back to that falling off the roof, doesn't it? Because
maybe there was ice. Maybe there was ice.
No, there wasn't. There was fake snow, and it was quite evidently fake snow. But it's
evidently filmed in a goddamn warehouse.
Yeah, did you not see it when he fell? The snow just kind of peeled off the roof. It was like cotton. No, it was. It's just the fact that they leave this thing to chance. What if Santa falls off the roof, dies? You know, because the suit doesn't protect him, even though it should, because it's magic. What if no one puts that suit on? What if that guy just gets carried away and the suit gets burnt?
No, because the minute he falls and dies, quote unquote, he disappears. So you have a suit down, and people are so fucking stupid. It looks like a nice suit. Oh, I'm gonna put this motherfucking suit on, and
yeah, but if Tim Allen's character was kind of like he was so convinced it was just a real person that died or that fell off the roof, because he even turns around and goes, "Oh, he's not there. It's just a suit. There's a guy running around naked." No one in their right mind would put that suit on. You just throw it in. Yeah, because the plot. And it has to move forward. I get that, but I'm just saying, in real life, air quotes.
Well, no, because he looks down, because he's talking to his son for like 30 milliseconds. Looks back, the suit's gone, and he looks around. He does look around and doesn't see anything. There's no one hiding because like they know he can see that.
Yeah, but it's all very coincidental. I'm just saying, if someone fell off the roof and
I would put on if it looked nice, I would try and put it on.
Oh no!
If it looks like shit, I'm not going to try to put it on. But if
I'm just if someone falls off your roof,
on if it's like I'm in downtown London, I'm not putting anything I see.
I'm just saying. I think it's all very coincidental that they leave this.
You're putting too much logic. This is a children's movie. Why are you using logic on this movie?
Because it's fun. Because it's stupid. Again, it's a fun, stupid, enjoyable movie. But you know, I'm looking at it through the eyes of an adult, and it just doesn't make sense.
You don't make sense.
I don't
stop ruining my movies.
Okay, it was funny though. I mean, it's very silly and stupid, and there's so many kind of tropes in it that are now done to death. But like you say, when this movie came out, they were still quite fresh, and it wasn't as annoying. This is me saying that the movie's good in a way.
In a roundabout way, Aaron is saying, if you have kids and you grew up in the 90s, this movie is acceptable for them to watch.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think my kids would enjoy it. But again, we've had this discussion before. If it's not animated and colourful, it's very hard to get my kids to enjoy these kind of movies. Maybe that like they're a little bit older. Like my stepdaughters would watch this kind of movie, but I don't know how much they'd enjoy it because they're teenagers now. So it's kind of like, you know, they want to play on their phones. My other kids are quite young, and again, if it's not colourful, they may not enjoy it. So I need to wait for that kind of sweet spot
where they're 9 to 12. That's
the or when the girls are a bit older and they can kind of appreciate it a bit more, and the boys are a bit older and they can appreciate it in the eyes of a child still. So I have to kind of sit there and watch these movies on my own. So I'm sitting there watching.
Jeez.
No, I enjoy it because you know it gets me away from everyone and I can be on my own. So like I do get to enjoy these movies. Yeah, no, it's fun, and I do enjoy Tim Allen being Tim Allen.
Who doesn't? It's Tim Allen.
Yeah, I mean a lot of these roles that he took were the same character but just in different costumes. But
pretty much, yeah.
I like Tim Allen doing what Tim Allen does, and it does make me laugh. And I mean, the scene where he shaves and then he looks in the mirror and the beard just pops back out. Just his facial expressions, they do get me. So I do get enough enjoyment out of this movie where I have fun taking the piss, I suppose.
Love it. Yeah, no, this movie is just fun. It gets me into the Christmas spirit because it's like that silly, stupid Christmas movie. My mom loves like those old Bing Crosby movies, which are fine. but it doesn't get me in the Christmas spirit because it's like, oh, this is not fun Christmas. This is like, oh, woe is me. I'm a horrible human. Like, I don't relate to these characters. Whereas like I can relate to the kid a bit. Not that my parents are divorced or anything, but my dad was a workaholic. And so like I can understand not seeing my dad and spending time with my dad. Now I can like appreciate those movies. So I did connect to the kid, and I found the idea of Santa being like this changes every couple years because the old Santa was an idiot and fell off a roof or had a heart attack or something. Which is interesting. Like, what happens if he has a heart attack before, like during the year, he has a heart attack? You know, like who then becomes Santa?
Yeah, so this is what I mean. There's a lot of holes in the logic of this movie, but apparently, according to you, we just have to forget about it and enjoy it. So I won't worry, Phil.
Okay, thank you.
It's surprising that he doesn't have a heart attack from the amount, the crap that he eats.
Maybe it's the suit. Maybe the suit fixes your heart, saves you from having heart attacks.
I mean, his heartbeat. You know, it's the sound of a Christmas song. I can't remember what tune it was, but like his face when the doctor was listening to his heartbeat, that did crack me up quite a bit because he kept giving him funny looks. But yeah, he should have had an heart attack at that point, but he didn't. So we just have to enjoy it. That is, it's fun. I do. My favorite part from this movie is the very brief interaction that he had with Comet, the reindeer, at the very beginning when he first gets into the sleigh. He kind of has this exchange with a reindeer that doesn't talk, but just kind of gives him looks and sort of funny grunts. And I actually really enjoyed that character, even though it's just an animal, but it was funny. And I'm even tempted to watch the second one.
The third one's horrible with Martin Short. It's horrible. The Santa Claus 2 is not bad, but it's not.
Yeah, it's mainly because I want to see where the story goes. I just want to see what happens because I know in one of them he gets a wife, doesn't he?
Yeah, so it's in the second one.
Yeah, and
we have a Mrs. Claus.
I'm not sure what else happens, but I kind of want to see where that story goes. But at the same time,
it's really interesting because like you say, like when December happens, he starts turning into Saint Nick. He has to go to the North Pole. Like throughout the whole year, he doesn't have to because he turned like from like the 1st of December to the end of December, he's Santa Claus, and then he's back to being normally him. So he disappears for a month. So he's like, you're building for 11 months, you're building this huge relationship with people, and then you disappear for a month and you come back. And it's during the most like kind of like quote unquote sacred Christian period of time, Christmas, which is a huge celebration mostly in North America, and in Europe and some parts of Europe. So it's really interesting to see, like, in the second one, you see that more played out. You see how he does it in a year. Like he comes.
Yeah, I was going to say I didn't want to spoil it, but I was kind of thinking, does he still have a job for those 11 months? Does he still go to his job at the toy store, or he's a toy designer, I think, and does he do that and then take a month off at the end of the year?
During the busiest period of time, like guys, I have to go for a month. Peace out.
Yeah. The beard's back. I've got to go.
Yeah,
but it's I'm interested to see where the story goes, but I don't know if I will ever sit down and watch it. But the part of me
maybe
does
next
want to
year
see.
I'll force you to watch it.
And I would have forgotten all about this one.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to watch the first one and then watch the second. I'll punish you. All right, Aaron, we're coming to the end of the episode. Where can they find you?
Aaron Talks Films across the board, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever else you put my podcast, I'm not sure. I have had a bit of a hiatus. Just type in Aaron Talks Films on Google and you'll find it all there. If anyone if anyone does kind of listen to my show, I have had a bit of a hiatus from that and my YouTube channel. I've spoken to Phil about this. It's just like I call it a mental health break where I'll just take a little time away just to,
reset.
Yeah, reset. Relax and get my brain whirring again. But I'm gearing up because there's a lot of movies coming out soon. Spider-Man, No Way Home in 2 weeks. I need to book my tickets, but I'm looking forward to that. So I think there will be some reviews coming very soon.
Excellent. Love it. Love it. Love it. And of course, you can find me at Podcaster Phil Better on Instagram to learn how to grow, monetize your show. And of course, the show is at Phil Better, the Phil Better Show on all platforms. So just search that in Google and you'll find us. I want to thank you all for watching. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, to stay hydrated. And Aaron, can you say goodbyes?
And in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.